You give up and you give in because you have your own expectations and your own timeline. God told me to tell you, you don't even have a problem with the process. People say, trust the process, trust the process. You don't have a problem with the process. You ain't tripping on the process. You're tripping on God's timeline versus your timeline. You ain't scared to work. You just, God said it's going to take another 6 months and you thought by now it'd be. And so now the devil is discouraging you on time. Look how long God is taking. Look at what God is doing. What's going on with you? Why is it taking you 12 years to get a 4-year degree? Because God's cooking up something. Oh, come on, somebody talk back to me. Hey man, I tell people now, you tried that chicken. I said, I can't even eat chicken no more. I can't eat fried chicken. These young folk, they cook fried chicken like the same day. They go get it, clean it, put it in the bag, and they throw it right in the grease. I'm like, where they do that at? My grandma had a 3-day process with the buttermilk. She had the buttermilk, put the buttermilk first, let it sit for a day or two, and then put the seasonings on it with the buttermilk all inside. We used to eat this back in the day. I don't know if y'all remember. We used to eat the chicken. I'm talking about the meat, the bones, we had that whole joke. It was seasoned through and through. 2023, the skin is the only thing. The meat ain't even got no taste to it. I'm like, boo, take that back. You about to make me gain weight. I ain't even supposed to be eating this. This is sin. It don't even taste good. Bring back the buttermilk. But no, the buttermilk was before microwave. And I'm not talking about the microwave. I'm talking about the microwave mentality. The buttermilk was a prop. And so my grandma took her time. And I'm telling you, the problem right now is not the process. They used to say, it's the process. It's not. I see what's wrong with you. You have a timeline, and when God doesn't meet your timeline, then that's when you start having mental and emotional challenges. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Most of y'all in this room, you're not clinically something wrong. You know what I'm saying? The doctor hadn't told you something wrong. And everybody telling you depressed. Depression is when you and God are not in alignment. It'll drive anybody crazy. When you're not doing what you was called to do, when you're not doing what you were purposed to do, when you're not walking in your when you're not walking in your je ne sais quoi. Anybody gonna go crazy when you working somewhere you ain't supposed to be working? When you somewhere 40 hours you ain't supposed to be? When you're not accomplishing what you're supposed to accomplish? So where the devil has gotten most of you is, yes, you believe God, but you don't believe in God. Yeah, you believe he exists, but when he tell you something, your ambition is dry. There's another group, God told me, your ambition is taking you away from the will of God. You buying stuff not because it's the will of God. You buying it because you're trying to prove stuff to people. You got yourself in the debt. So let's go. I want to show you. He told me to show you this, the earthly stuff, to show you the success. For I know the plans that I have for you. For I know the plans that I have for you. For I know the plans that I have for you. I'm just going to be honest. Every part of my life, the parts that I'm super successful in are the ones that I know what the plan is and I stick with the plan. The ones where I know the plan, but I don't stick with the plan. I don't have the same results as the one I know the plan. My marriage is, like I always say, my marriage is messing up my life. That's why, because that's like the apex for me. Like that's where I start. So the other day, my wife wanted to go to Cleveland, and she was like, "Look, it's on Monday." And I was like, "Bet. Well, if it's Monday at whatever, we'll just get up Monday and go." And she's like, "No, I want to go Sunday. Like I want to be in position. I don't want no accidents. I don't want nothing to stop. I got something I need to do, and and it's so funny, Dave. I was like, bro, we could go on Monday. Now, I didn't say it out loud, but she saw my spirit. Like, we can go. She said Sunday, and I didn't go, yay, Sunday. I'm just being real. I was running my own play. Sunday is NFL. I was running my own play. I'm like, the Lions finally winning, and you want to go, you want to leave. We ain't won in 70 years. We finally winning, and I got to go. You know what I'm saying? How ironic. I got to be going. I only have one day. And as I began to say that, my pilot wife says out loud, I've been traveling with you for you all this time, all these years, and you can't. I was like, up, let's get the car. Get the car. Start that joker up. Let's fill that joker up with gas. Let go. She said, bro, we talking about the last 20, 30 years. You was broke. I was the first one with the job. You was broke. First house, I couldn't even put your name on there. Your credit was so bad. It was going to mess up. I couldn't even take your last name in marriage because your credit was so bad. I had to keep my name just to preserve. I was the first one with a job. I was the first one with health benefits. I carried you. And now you talking about you looking at me. I said, I'll take you to Cleveland right now. Just say the word. Let's go. God said, son, you're deviating from the plan. Nobody said a happy team, a happy life. It's not the plan. It's a happy wife. Happy. I love it. Didi always say, look, now you told me when we was dating and teenage, you climbed the mountain for me. I don't need you to climb the mountain. I need you to drive me to Cleveland. You ain't got to climb no mountains. You just get in the car and take me to Cleveland. So I'm going to walk you through it. I just want to show you after today, we're going to have success. Why? Because we're going to follow the plan. We're going to follow the what? Watch what it says, because the plan is going to prosper you. So the reason many of us aren't prospering is because we're not going with the plan. You done made up your own plan. So some of you don't want to do nothing God tells you to do. Some of you want to do some of what God tells you to do. But when it don't look right, you want to take over. I suggest you not take over, even though it look crazy. Follow the GPS. Not to harm you. Most of us, we've been harmed. Doing our own crazy, dumb stuff. Plans to give you hope in the future, meaning forward. Future, forward. Okay, let me just be honest. How many of y'all wake up and oftentimes something that happened in the past, you still be thinking about it in the present? Just be honest. Past stuff. Stop. Just stop from now on. Don't do that. That's not a part of the plan. Nothing about this says, and I will give you hope and go backwards. I will give you a hope and a past. It says future. So watch this. Let's go. Let's go to the first one. Y'all made me change my whole. Watch this. He had one desire, and that was to make the Chicago Bulls a franchise like Boston, like the Lakers. That was his only dream, to win multiple championships so he could put Chicago Bulls on the map like the Lakers, like Boston. He just wanted Chicago to be an ultimate franchise. Let me tell you something. The first 6-7 years of his career, he killed a game, but he didn't win one championship. There's one thing we can learn from Michael Jordan is that he needed a coach and he needed to be coachable. Talking to somebody today, you MJ, we know you MJ. You were born in his image. We know you MJ. We know you got it going on. We do. You were born in his image. When God made you, he didn't make another. We know you got it going on. The problem is you ain't coachable. You deep, you dope, you could put up points. Mike was putting up 60-some points. Wasn't winning no championships. Wasn't winning no playoff game. Mike was putting up points. Mike was winning scoring titles. Mike had the shoe contract. Mike had Gatorade. They had a song to be like Mike. But Mike didn't get what he wanted because Mike wasn't coachable. God told me to tell you, some of you in this room, you're not coachable. I love it. When Phil Jackson came, he said, here's what I'm going to need you to do. I'm going to need you to do me a huge favor. I'm going to need you to stop doing what you was doing and do what I tell you to do. Come on, I want y'all to watch it. Mike was used to putting up 60. He said, look, we're doing the complete opposite. We taking the ball out your hand. You used to having it in your hand. We taking it out your hand. Why? Because somewhere in your brain, you think if the ball is in your hand, you're going to win a championship. You've done that for the last 6 years and you still haven't won a championship. I'm talking to somebody. God told me to tell you, you've been doing it your way and it's not working, but you keep doing it your way because you're married to you. That's the problem with a lot of us. It ain't that God ain't a part of your life. He's just not the greatest part of your life. He's not the greatest part. He's a part. He's just not the greatest part of your life. He like number 4, number 4. I love the Lord. I believe in God. I know the word. I pray. I know God exists, but I'm trying to get this bag. And the bag is number 1. The bag got all your attention, your whole heart. I told somebody yesterday, they was like, yo, I'm trying to get on the stage. I'm trying to speak. I was like, not like that. They're like, what you mean not like that? I said, you trying to do it so you can get paid. You think these people want to pay you to speak? I said, I gave away content for free. I got 11 years of free content up. You ain't never got to pay to get me involved in nothing. Just watch my stuff and go to another level without paying me nothing. 99% of the work that I do is free. 1% of the people see that and bring me to their corporation. And then when I start charging a bunch, most of them like, nah, we can't pay that. You listen to my stuff all those years, but you can't pay me. So 99% of my stuff is free. I don't do this to make money. So if you're getting on stage to do it for money, you probably not. There are those of you who could get so much more out of God, but because God is on your depth chart, like 6. And then Paul said to live is Christ, to die is gain. Paul got it. They said, Paul, if you go over there and you keep talking that Christ talk, they gonna kill you over there. They ain't into Christ over there. You go over there and start preaching, they gonna take your life. Paul said they're gonna have to take it then, because if I go over there and I can't go over there with him, I don't want to live anyway. He says to live is Christ. To live is Christ. All I want is Christ. I don't care nothing else. Christ. I ain't on money. Christ. I ain't on fame. Christ. I don't care if people know me. Christ. I don't care what I drive. Christ. I don't care what I go through. Christ. They took Paul, read it in the book. They took Paul out and they beat Paul to death. Then they put him in a prison. They put chains on him. And the first thing he did when his life came back, he started praising the name of the Lord. Paul said, you can beat me, you can kill, you can do whatever you want. All I want is Christ. I don't want nothing else. Christ. To live is Christ. To die is gain. If I die for Christ, I gain. Your problem is you love Christ, but he's far on the depth chart. He's number 5. You're still trying to blow up. You're still trying to blow up when if you would have just made Christ first, you would have been blew up. But he didn't want you to blow up in the natural. He's trying to get you to blow up. You done 4,000 videos. You done spent all your kids' money, college money. You done got this your 4th agent you got. You done 4th PR person. You doing all that work when all you had to do is put him first. And you would have, they would have just prayed for free. Am I making myself clear? When you leave this place today, I'm not telling you number 1, but if God is 6, can we just bring him up to 4? People still don't believe you say he is who he is. They dogging your whole family out. Look at his juice, y'all. Look what happened when he get connected. You ain't got no juice because you connected to the natural. There's limited juice in the natural. There's limited juice in the natural. You start dealing with spiritual things. When you start dealing with spiritual things, they talk. The Holy Ghost is talking in the rooms that you can't even be there. The Holy Ghost is there. You want a natural PR. You got a Holy Ghost that could be in all places at one time talking on your behalf, and you want a king. Egypt got a king. We want a king. What? Y'all got a God. What y'all want a king for when y'all got a God? I'm up here running, trying to get my blood pressure. I'm running 2 hours a day. I'm running, feet hurt, knees. They like, E, what's up? Nothing. What's wrong, bro? Trying to get this blood pressure down. My daughter, Dad, we going to eat. I can't eat that. I ran yesterday for 20 minutes. I did 2 miles like I'm done. I'm done. 110 over 80. I'm finished. I'm done. Then got 20,000 steps in. I'm like, I ain't running no more. We just going to step. I had meetings. I'm like, don't meet me at a restaurant. Let's go walk. I had 3 meetings. I walked to all 3 meetings. I ain't got to be doing this all day no more. I feel like running for 4 miles for my 5.5, and then I can walk the rest of the way. But this way easier than all that other stuff I was doing. You're on your 10th property and you still broke. Let's play. You still broke. Why? Because you're still doing it in the natural. May I show you? May I show you? Can I take you back to where I come from? I told y'all when they say I don't know how you and Didi, I don't either. I promise you, I'm on what you on. You right about me. Then where I come from, there's been generations of them. I don't know how I had 2 kids by the same one. And I don't know how I slept with one woman my whole life. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how God, listen, you saying that song, Rescue? The devil had me so close to get. God was like, boy, I got a plan for you. Get your butt back over here, boy. Get back over here. Huh? I'm like, God like, I got a plan for you, son. I got a work for you to do. Get your butt back over here. She said, God will rescue you. I said, no, you got that wrong. You got to put an S on that. That's plural. This life, one day I woke up and said, we're going to have to cut the natural off. We're going to have to operate in the spirit completely. Because God said, son, going back and forth, and you over here a lot, but you sneaking over there. A jealous God. I'm not like him. I'm not like Satan. He'll let you sleep around. He'll let you go back and forth. I'm not like him. I'm jealous. I need all of you. I need your whole heart. I need your whole soul. I don't want you to read scriptures. These are not scriptures. These are words that God put in the book so you understand the relationship. It's not words. He says, I want. That's not a commandment. That's God speaking to you about the relationship. He's saying, I can't take 80-20. I can't take 70-30, son. I can't do it. The world will let you get away with that. I need your whole heart. I need your whole soul. I need your whole mind, son. I need everything you got. And then after that, I want some more. I'm God. And the reason I demand that of you, because if you look at my son, for God so loved the world, I gave everything. And I'm going to need you to give everything too. Jim Rohn said, all of us, we got the same ending. We're going to die. So if you know you're going to die, why are you playing it safe? Like if you know you're going to die, why are you listening to other people tell you about your life? If you're going to die, why don't you live your own life? Man, that's what I loved about my grandma. She drove until she was 89 years old. She died in her own home. She didn't die nowhere else. My grandma lived her life on her terms. My grandma got her hair done every 2 weeks. She still was getting her hair done. She was still going and getting massaged. She was still going to get manicure and pedicure. With the little money she had, she lived life on her terms. And guess what? There were some people in my family that didn't like the fact that she lived life on her terms and didn't care what they thought. But you know what? She died on her terms. You're going to die anyway. Don't die on your grandma's terms. You're going to die anyway. Don't die on your friend's terms. You're going to die anyway. Don't die on your parents' terms. If you're going to die, die on your own terms. No, I'm being honest. I remember there was a time when I used to speak. One of the things that used to bother me the most is I would like get invited to these events, and it was like, it's a, you know, they're having a dinner, and it's like, you know, multi-millionaires in the room, and they got a dress code. I remember back in the day when I would be perplexed, like, okay, should I go buy a suit because I don't have a suit? Should I? Let me tell you something. I'm telling you, I'm so free now, and people think I'm free because of the money I make. I'm free now because I'm living life on my terms. I'm like, look, we got 2 options. Either I don't wear a suit and I show up and do what I do, or I wear a suit and I don't show up. No, watch me very closely, and I'm not disrespecting your event. If your event requires somebody to dress up, If that's what it's about, I'm not disrespecting you. I'm not mad at you. I'm just not coming. Why? Because I don't dress up. I like to be my authentic self. I like to be who I am. I don't want to have to go to the store and buy. I just want to be myself. And if you can't, and that's what I love about this company, it's not about how you dress. It's about real estate. It's not about how you dress. It's about home ownership. It's not about how you dress. It's about economic freedom. You should have got excited when I said that part. It's about the main thing. So here's what I need you to do. I need you, like the company, to get to a point where you're your authentic self. That's what I love when I wrote my book, My Authentic Self. I like to show up my authentic self. That's where my shirt say E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher. That's who I am. Shoes from the outlet. That's who I am. Cheap shirt. That's who somebody bought. Some dude made them. Was like, E.T., I made you these shirts. What you think? I said, I think they're great if I don't got to buy no more. Like if you're just going to give it to me for free, I think it's great. But if you're going to charge me, I don't know. Does that make sense? So number one, listen to me very closely. Anything is possible, but nothing is possible if you have limiting beliefs. So I need you to check your limiting beliefs. And here, look, I love my mom to life, but my mom worked at Ford Motor Company her whole life. So my mom wanted me to get a job. And when I told my mom I was going to be an entrepreneur, it hurt my mom. She's like, son, you got kids. How they going to get insurance? Moms was serious. My mom was embarrassed because I quit my job and my wife was still working as a registered nurse. My mom was embarrassed. My mom was hurt. I didn't raise you like this, son, to be no entrepreneur. You know, like a cuss word. How dare you? I worked for Ford. I'm married. Your father who adopted you, he worked at GM. This is a city of Ford, GM, and Christ. Don't you, son, I could get you a job at the plant. You want to be a what? An entrepreneur? What? I'm not mad at my mom. That wasn't a term for it. And guess what? I became an entrepreneur. And when my mom retired, she couldn't stand being retired. And guess what she works for? Mr. Entrepreneur. And you know what I told my mom? We have help, like mom, we have health insurance. Like we could buy our own, like Ford, not the only one. We have our own insurance and it's good insurance too, mom. Like you don't got to stand in the line. You know what I'm saying? You can go straight in, mom. You can see whatever doctor you want, a dentist. Are you hearing what I'm saying? We've got a 401k too, mom. We match too, mom. There are no limits but the ones you place on yourself. Why do I have to work at a job with insurance when we live in a country where I can start my own nonprofit, LLC, S-Corp, whatever I want, and I can go get my own insurance? Take those limits off. There are no limits. There is no such thing of fear. You're going to die. Live your life. You're going to die. All right. When I was homeless and a high school dropout, I was giving 50%. When I was working at Michigan State, and really doing well, I was probably giving 80, 85%. When I started giving 120%, mean I wake up on my own, mean I get up at 3 o'clock. I'm up at 3 o'clock, y'all, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, not only doing videos, but talking to people on Instagram Live. I ain't asked for a dime. And every Monday I got a prayer line where men just jump on. I'm not asking for nothing, but I'm giving. And guess what? With the same measure that you give, it's going to be given to you. Pressed down, shaking together. I wish my wife was out here. I'm not lying to y'all. I was on my way here. We went to Macy's because my auntie was like, we wearing white. I was like, oh, I didn't know we was wearing white. I thought we was wearing black. Okay, let me go get some white. I walk in, dude sees me. His wife started screaming, shaking. Can we take a picture? I was like, yeah, relax and stuff. It's just E. You know what I'm saying? She's like, no, my husband listens to you every day. I can't believe this. His husband was like, man, you changed my life. Here go $100. Go get you some lunch. I was the other day, the guy, airport, E.T., I've been watching your videos, changed my life. Bruh, this ain't a lot, but take this. Whatever measure you give, wherever I go, people are giving. Wow, because I'm constantly giving. So I need you to take, no more fear, faith only. So do me a favor, write the word fear down and go look up all the antonyms and do that instead. And I want you to say those antonyms every single day. Anxiety, whatever the opposite of anxiety is, go look it up and go do it. Is that fair? Listen to me. You have an opportunity that you can't afford to lose. You have an opportunity that you can't afford to give up. You have an opportunity of a lifetime. And as I leave you, opportunities are great. But most opportunities have more to do with whose hand the opportunity is in than the opportunity itself.